Hello YouTube, it's your boy B3 back with another kicking action figure review. Hell yeah. Today we have the first Kamen Rider build review on my channel. And of course it's Build's Rabbit Tank form, his base form. This is from BCR, it's BCR-01 actually, that's the Bottle Change Rider. And it's a gimmick line. I didn't want to get the figure art just because I wanted to keep the cost down, because there are several build characters and forms I want. I want to get a ton of them. And when I want to get a bunch, I'll get the gimmick figures. Like, for example, I watched Kamen Rider Ghost, right? Hold on. I watched Kamen Rider Ghost, right? I didn't want a lot of Kamen Rider Ghost figures. I wanted one form of Ghost, and I wanted Spectre. So I got the figure arts. Kamen Rider Drive, I wanted pretty much all of his forms and all of the riders. So the gimmick line was my way to go. There are some that weren't in the gimmick line, and I haven't gotten those, and I got some of them like Gold Drive but for figure arts, but mostly got the gimmick line. And I'm doing the same thing with Build. You know, I'm getting the gimmick ones that come as the gimmick for, you know, financial reasons. And then I'll get some of the figure arts. Like, I have to save up for Bloodstark's figure art. I can get Night Rogue's figure art pretty much whenever I want. And I really want the Cross Z Magma. Maybe the Blizzard Grease as well, but we'll see. I also got to get Hazard when it comes out. It's not out at the time of recording this. So yeah, here's the BCR Rider. Pretty cool. I really like Build might be the best Kamen Rider show I've ever watched. Drive is still my favorite Rider, but Build's show, oh fuck, it was good. If you haven't watched Kamen Rider Build, watch Kamen Rider Build. I'm dead serious. Or if you haven't finished it, finish it. But there's a picture of the figure on the front, the name of the Rabbit Tank, #1 BCR, etc. Window for the figure halves. We'll get to that in a sec. There's a picture of the suit. And here on the side, you got another picture of Rabbit Tank Build. Here on the back, it shows Rabbit Tank Build and also some other ones. I will be getting a Gorilla Diamond and Hawk Gatling, but I don't think I'll be getting all the builds. Like, I won't get Ninja Comic, right? And then that shows the gimmick up top. Fun, bottom, legal stuff, Kamen Rider Build on the side, blah blah blah. So that's it. Now let's bust him out of package! And here he is out of package. Bottle Change Rider, Kamen Rider Build, Rabbit Tank Formation. Best match! Yeah, so this is Rabbit Tank, his base form, his first best match. Let's zoom out a bit. And it's a good looking figure. It's got the same quality look that the other gimmick figures have. He's actually a bit better painted than I expected. I mean, the face and everything look great. Here's the tank side's the blue side, the rabbit side's the red side. Looks really nice all around. The driver looks better than I thought. I didn't know if it'd have all this silver and the colored bottles. I thought it might just be a single color, but it's not. So that's pretty awesome. That's where his bottles go on the side there. Blue belt, which is nice. That's the spring for rabbit. I like that spring look. That was a good touch. It's like a rabbit foot, but also tank tread. I mean, it's a good look. Build had some great looks. Great job, character designers, for Build and the suit makers. You did a fantastic job. Now, articulation on this guy, less than you would expect. There's no head movement, which is why I was hesitant to buy him at first. But that's because of the gimmick. He's two halves, the blue half and the red half, and they separate like so, and you can mix and match all of Build's forms, right? Because he can mix and match forms sides like Double can, except Build's cooler than Double. Double's cool, but I didn't like the whole two personalities, one body thing. I like Build's amnesia thing way better. Ooh, it was cool. And see, they don't come apart too easily. You just kind of press this button and then you push the halves apart. Ta-da! It's no big deal. It's pretty simple. So that's why the head doesn't move, because if they had articulation there, they would be able to pull off the gimmick. And it's a good gimmick for kids. This line is intended mainly for children. If you want a really well articulated one, Figure Arts, you know, is obviously the best way to go, but it has so many small parts and stuff. And see, don't be too afraid of these breaking. I was going to say these might be a bit more frail on the Figure Art, but it's kind of rubbery here, and this one's pretty thick, so but it's fine on this figure. But up and down on the arms, forward and back, elbow bend, elbow rotation, wrist swivel, and then you have the 2-finger each articulation on the hand, which is pretty common on these gimmick figures. No waist, which we also would normally have, but we don't have it because of the gimmick, so this figure can't really look to the sides at all. You could use the waist to look to the side, but you can't. So that's kind of a flaw. But once again, you need it for the gimmick, so I'm not gonna give him a bad rap about it. I can justify it for the gimmick, for the kids. It's for the kids. Anyways, in and out on the legs, forward and back on the legs. That hinders a little bit, but not much. It just gets pushed out of the way. And then a knee bend, thigh swivel, rotation on the foot, ankle pivot, up and down, etc. Exactly what you would expect on the arms and legs, but the waist and head are not going to move. And then you got his drill sword thing that also turns into a gun. It's just a solid color, black. I would have preferred it to be solid yellow. That would have made more sense to me, because all this part of it's yellow, and that's most of the thing. So it should have been yellow. It really should have been yellow. But he holds it fine. Kamen Rider Builder! That's not his theme. His theme is be the one, God's dead, be the one, oh! So here he is with his sword, which name I can never remember. There's so many crazy Kamen Rider weapons. I can't remember the names of all these things, you guys. But, you know, that's that. It's a cool sword in the show. He doesn't use it terribly much. He really only uses it in rabbit tank form, because he's got a different gun for Hawk Gatling. There's a form with a bow and arrow that also doubles as a sword. All kinds of crazy forms. He's got some good forms. I just love his look. Build has such a good look, I think. But yeah, that's his only real accessory. Let's pop it out of his hand for now. And let's put him back here so that we can do size comparisons. Right? First up, let's compare him with my favorite hero rider, Kamen Rider Drive. Love Drive. Drive is also a really good show. Definitely check out Drive. The Kamen Rider series that we've been getting the past few years are all exceptional. Except maybe Ghost. But, yeah, look at that. That's really nice. They scale perfectly together. And now, my favorite villain rider. Who could it be? Well, from Kamen Rider X-Aid, it is Kamen Rider Ginnem. Yeah, and this is Ginnem's level 2. I also have his level 10, but we're going to show the level 2 because it's what was on hand. Pretty nice, huh? Like, he's going to scale well with all the gimmick lines from the past few years. So that's nice. You know, he'll look good with other drives. He'll look good with Ghost. He'll look good with all these mofos. He'll look good with Thorn's stuff. And they look good with Figure Arts, too. I don't have any Figure Arts out to show you guys right now because they're all behind glass and intricate displays right now, so sorry about that. But no, he scales well with the other gimmick lines, which is really the most important thing. And I don't have another figure from the Bottle Change Rider line, so I can't really show you anything from that. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on Bandai Japan? Sorry about my tripod, it's tighter than it usually is. What are my final thoughts on the Bandai Japan Kamen Rider Build Bottle Change Rider #1 Build Rabbit Tank figure? It cool. Would I have preferred a line that had head and waist articulation? Absolutely. Oftentimes I won't even get figures if they don't have head articulation. But I feel like this gimmick is the perfect gimmick for build. And kids will really love it. If you have a child that's into Kamen Rider, this is a great line for them. Not for too young, because it has small parts. If they're too young, just get them vinyls, you know. But, I mean, this is still a really fun line for kids. I think it'll be fun for adult collectors if you can look past the head and waist articulation, because they still come with cool accessories, and they look nice. Doesn't he look nice? He looks nice. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see you all later. Swatch. That's Ultraman.